received quite a few comments from people about the fact that I was going so fast coming up to the curb on my last video, but I was under the assumption that going faster is going to help me get more air. But the faster I go, the less control I have of the board, and so just starting off, one of the things I want to do is slow down a little bit, have a more gradual approach to that curb. The other thing is not bending down enough. So I really need to work on bending my knees and getting in this crouching position. That way I can kind of spring myself up. That's going to help bring the board up. Another issue was that my front feet, I tend to keep my front feet near the top bolts. And I really need to work getting that back behind the front bolts, keeping my front foot sideways, and being able to do something. Normally before, this was the front of my board. And when I ride, normally I keep my foot like right here. And that's because I noticed that if I hit sticks and rocks at school, cracks in the cement, whatever, it gives me the ability to kind of run out of it. Whereas before, if I would always ride like push off and then turn and ride like this, then if I hit a rock or something, my body's turned, so it's harder for me to run out of it, and that's why I would fall a lot. I used to fall a lot and hit my shoulder and stuff. So I've gotten really used to, like I said, riding like this, having my back foot on the tail, and that's just kind of how I ride along. And the problem is that I got really used to keeping my feet up in the front right here, and so when I'm trying the rolling ollies, I'm keeping my foot pointing. And for one, I got really used to keeping my foot up too front. And when I jump and pop, the board, my foot is still pointed forward, and it hits a center area like this. When I jump up, my foot tends to want to come up like this because it's not turned. Come up like this, and the board either wants to go push out this way or push out this way and not stay going forward in the air. So this time what I'm trying to do is, for one, get used to being okay pushing off and riding along like this towards the curb. As I get near the curb, I want to turn this foot like this and pull it a little bit back behind the front bolts a little bit, maybe about an inch or two, just to get used to that. Have my heel hanging off so that way the board stays straight, and the back right here to pop. As I come up to the curb and I'm popping, then I want to start learning how to roll my foot a little bit. That's going to help me get some grip, and that way when I push the board with this foot, it doesn't want to go left or right. It wants to stay right in the center because it's a flat surface up against it, instead of being pointed like I was before. So that's the issue it's having. One thing I noticed right away by having my foot behind the front bolts instead of on the front bolts is that stick that people are talking about. And it wasn't as much a slide as it was just when I moved my foot up, my board did grip my sole of my shoe, and it pulled the board up a little bit. And I was actually able to get my front foot on a couple times just because of that motion and because it was sticking there. So that's going to help bring up the back, and now if I can just connect all those things together, hopefully next time I can get something even better. Jump around.